right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Vinny Presents. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Today we have actor Vin Moyo with us today. Vin, thanks for joining us. How you doing?
Oh, it's a pleasure, Vinny. Nice to see you, buddy. There's that smile I was looking for. There we go. Action.
It takes a while to start up in the morning, but there it goes. Now, Vin, tell us where you're from. Tell us what you're doing and the projects you got coming up. You got some really fantastic projects that I know of, but I'm going to let you explain to the wonderful guests out there all about it. Vin, tell them everything.
I'm really happy to be a guest on your show, Vince. I'm really loving it, man.
Well,
What's in that cup, by the way? Is that just regular coffee?
the triple sambuca.
That's my favorite. It's
Now,
so
just kidding.
silly.
It's
It's
coffee.
so silly, Vinny.
No drinking on the job.
So it's coffee. It's
Salute.
coffee.
So, Vin, where you
Salute,
from?
yeah.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, we got some projects coming up. We got some really cool stuff going on. We're working with Sean Phillips next week in Vegas on a really cool project, like a horror comedy. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'll be able to get to meet up with some of the guys who I love and respect over the years. You know, Todd Bridges is one of them. We'll do some work with Todd and some scenes, and it's going to really be a blast. It's got like 200 people in this cast. You know, it's going to be really cool though. So
Wow.
it's going to be a while to get it done. We'd love to see you in Vegas. You know, if you poke your head in the door, we'll squeeze you in there, Vinny.
my writing my film partner Sal is going to be in Vegas soon, but that's something we could talk about off camera. But tell us how you got started in the acting forum. How did you get started in?
How did I get started in it? Oh, that's a really cool story. I mean, I've been out of the business for a while, but I've been back in lately, and it's kind of taken off like a rocket. But I went to the American Academy of Dramatic Arts on Madison Avenue. That was, if you were in New York, that's where you would go, nowhere else really. And, that was, I guess lots of folks went there, New York, Paul Newman, Grace Kelly, like everybody went to the Academy, right? I spent time there. And then I sort of bunked into some Italian fella around the corner from the Paramount building over there on Broadway, an agent who's now passed away over the years. But, the agent just shot me out of a cannon, just eventually just starts steering me, towards the right people. And then it sort of took off from there. Michael Amato, amazing guy. I'll tell you real quick a little bit about him. He had a really small room, a little tiny office, in some high rise on the 11th floor. You walk in the door, you run into a desk. There's like a kid at the desk, and he's had his desk right behind that. It was only a 10 by 20 room, nothing, a little rectangle. But it had this big giant wall of that old fashioned brown paneling. What a goof, brown paneling that,
Yeah.
and he had all these autographs, pictures of Burt Reynolds. Good luck, Mike. I love you, Burt. Good luck, Mike. Papi Poof, Santa D'Amato. Good luck, this one. Papi Pete, Grace Kelly. Good luck, Herman Finkelwitz. Good luck. And anybody and everybody who was anybody he knew, and vice versa. He probably put most of them through. And that was his cute little wall. And then, I was steered towards a photographer that used to work with Scorsese personally, take his pictures and Tony Bennett's pictures, and this an MGM, a guy from MGM. That was very early on. Yeah, he worked with Judy Garland. His name was John Dentato. He's still alive now. He's 97, I think, Vinny. Oh. And so he took my headshots free, did some monologue work, and then just one thing, once they start steering you out of a, that they put you in the cream of the crop, and I started to get submitted by the Geffen family. I met some casting people. Just one thing led to another, and that's how I got into the business. I went to the academy, and I hustled around, and I found this guy, Mike Amato, and I knocked on his door maybe a dozen times. And on the 8th or 10th time, I poked my head in the door. He's like, "All right, go see so and so, go see whatever," and away it went. Really. So I did a little bit of work. I did some stuff on Laguna Beach. I did some work with Kim Fields, some studio work in Burbank with Kim and her mom. That was fun. I did a little bit of work with Buddy Ebsen's ex-wife early on out in Laguna Beach in a play. We had Nancy Wolcott in the cast with us. Buddy's one of his exes. And then I was submitted for Die Hard, but I was getting married at the time. Otherwise, I would have been in Die Hard, probably with Bruce. But that's years back. So as of more lately, it's just I just got like 5 or 6 features on my desk right now, and it's going to be a busy year. Thank God. So it's been fun. It's a good ride. Yeah.
So it shows a little bit of you got to be tenacious. You can't accept any closed doors when you're in that business. So
Yeah, I think
tell us
so. I
about
think so. You got to, you got to be alert and alive and alert, and you got to keep poking around and see. And everybody's really gracious. There's a lot of gracious folks out here. And yeah, this year, I guess towards the middle, back into the year, we'll move into some more projects. Who knows? But yeah, you got to be tenacious, Vinny. Yeah, that's for sure.
so what's next on the horizon?
Um, I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna make some serious popcorn this afternoon. I think make a little popcorn.
We have two
You know,
projects
I
this
love
year.
my popcorn, right?
Right, right, right. Listen, I had some this morning. I don't know what led me to eat it this early in the
Right. You
morning,
put
but
you put the eggs and the pancakes to the side. You says, let me just down a little bag of popcorn. Well, next on the horizon, man. Oof. I mean, I'll say, what I really want to say. I'd love to see on the horizon, but actually, just a few more movie projects. Black Caesar with Robert Johnson and Robert Johnson. He's such a lovable guy. He's such a great man. He's just an attorney from New Jersey. He's got a Motown label, Vinny, and he's got these projects. And he's such a sweetheart. So I'm working on a project with him. Thank God, he sort of wrote me in a nice part. And then Friday the 13th is in May. We got a campgrounds up there, something Crystal Lake Camp or whatever the campground is. But there's going to be people in the campground, and we're going to be walking around like slinging blood all over the place. And
oh boy.
there's going to be people camping there. There's going to be zombies walking around. It's gonna be like, we're going to have a ball. But that's going to go down. And there's I got a few more projects. I got a Beatles movie we're working on. We have it all together. We even got the keys together, and that's with Mr. Brooke Halpin out of Los Angeles. He lives, but he's a Connecticut native, New York, Connecticut, so he knows the East Coast. And we have that project and just a couple more projects uh, that are just as big. Oh, we got the Lost Ship. We got the
Yeah, let's
ship.
talk about the Lost Ship. I see a lot of that online. Tell me about it.
Well, that's generally just, I mean, the base of the movie. The movie promotes world peace. World peace. That's what it's all about. But it's sort of like a thriller history movie where I think there was some ship that should have been loaded with a lot of gold bullion or a lot of precious metals that should have went from like Germany to India to be delivered to them. So and then the ship either got lost or steered away, uh, or just the ship never got to India or something like that. And it's just a movie. So it's not really like a love story, but it's more of an action thriller history type movie. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's a lot of folks in it too. Uh, so it's going to be a gas. I mean, I shoot that in October. So far, the schedule says, but it's not a small movie. We're shooting in 11 different countries, and it's
Wow.
it's quite a whopper. So, I mean, if that it should be coming to pass according to what we know, but it's difficult to put together something that big in that price category. But it's coming together according to everybody. So it looks like it's going to go down. That'd be a nice project. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I hate to be the location manager for that.
Oh yeah, yeah, I know, right?
11
Coordinate.
countries.
I wouldn't want to see you do it either. Look, it's going to shoot in Berlin and maybe 4 countries in and around India and that part of the world, and a few more areas on plus the U.S. But
Tell us,
yeah,
Vin, tell us about some people you work with, either stars that we know of, or even just great maybe directors or people that you've encountered in the business that you really have made an impact.
we're gonna We'll be working with John Tyson in the Beatles movie. He's got a pretty big name, John Tyson. I did mention I worked with Kim Fields when I was younger, right?
Yes.
I worked with I mentioned I worked with Buddy Ebsen's ex-wife, Nancy. We did a really cool traveling play in Laguna Beach. We did a nice traveling play, a murder mystery play. It was great. Um, I'll be looking forward to working with Todd Bridges next week. Up until then, I've been out of the business so long, but and then of course we'll get Alex's brother Danny. I don't know if Danny Baldwin's done much, but he'll be in the next project I work on, and we're gonna have Chris Noth scheduled. Chris Noth from LA Law. We took a look at his position and we contacted his manager, and hopefully we'll get Chris Noth in there in our Beatles movie to play a character. That's going to be fun. He already agreed to sign on, as soon as we finish funding for that, which is getting close. So we'll be working with. If he still wants in on the project, he's welcome. That's be Chris from Sex and the City or whatever, LA Law. Yeah, so we'll be working with him. But up until that, it's been quiet. This year, it's taken off pretty big. Next year, it'll be hopefully a little more action. So far, we're just kind of hanging in there like a lone wolf, doing our thing here.
Well, it's a good time to be a lone wolf, I think, in my opinion, to it being an up and coming screenwriter producer. Me and my partner Sal, we're working on our mob comedy, and it's gratifying to know that there's a lot of opportunity to just, even without a lot of resources, because look,
that's true,
between social media, between all the online platforms and different ways to connect,
everybody can connect.
Yeah, you can make it happen if you're independent.
Now, so you do some of that stuff. You said you mentioned you do some writing and stuff.
Yeah, screenwriting, and I wrote a few screenplays now. Where I'm halfway through our mob comedy, Pasta and Cheech Crew.
Oh wait, Mob Town.
Halfway through. So.
Get at it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Vin. It's great to be able to have the ability.
Oh
to do
man, it is.
the things,
Some
man.
great, good people. I mean, only the best of the people are in this business, really, and there really is no business like it. You really. So this Mob Town thing. So, oh, cool. You got a part for me in there?
Hey, listen. I got a part for everybody.
No, I said you got a part for me in that. Oh, that was funny. Oh, you got a part for everybody.
We'll make it
happen. You got a role for me in that. You got a role for everybody. I'm everybody. You got a role for me.
Sure. Everybody's got it's like a puzzle. Every piece fits somewhere. But Vin, let's go back one more time.
You write me into that Mob Town. That's funny. Okay. Is that like a comedy kind of a thing?
Yeah, it's a mob comedy.
Oh, that's fine. You just ring my bell.
Wise Guys. Wise Guys from the '80s. Remember that movie?
Yeah, just ring my bell when you're ready, okay, man?
I will, I promise. Now, let's go back a little bit and dial it back to what got you. Now, you took a little hiatus, and that happens a lot. People, and it happened to me, actually, but you get married, you raise a family, things happen, but the love of the craft brings you back. So how does it feel being back in the driver's seat again?
There is nothing, and you can probably attest to this, there's nothing like it. Because once you feel like you've gotten traction and momentum, and I seem to have both right now, every day you wake up is suspense. The whole day is full of suspense. The whole day is exciting from the second you wake up. You're like, oh my God, here we go again. What's going to happen tomorrow? What's going to happen today? What's going to happen an hour from now? Because that's the bell could just ring out of nowhere. I've been speaking with Stephen Chang. He called me, left me like 7 messages in the last 3 days. He leaves all his voicemail. That's Stephen Chang. I believe he worked with Rambo, First Blood, with Sylvester, and they know each other well. But Stephen has a lot of people in his index file. He knows the ministers and president. He just knows anybody and everybody. It seems to be vice versa. So he's all of a sudden he's like got his arm around me. I don't even know how it happened. I think he's part of the Lost Ship puzzle, but I'm not sure if he's in, but he wants to be in. So I told him I'll put him in. We'll make sure he's involved. Well, he can shoot in my scenes. It doesn't matter, I'll get him in. But he's got some projects too, Stephen, and Stephen Chang does, Vinny, and he's got me hooked into some of those. Robert Johnson's doing Black Caesar, but he's got 2 or 3 other movies, including a Western. He'll be a nice fella to interview. Even Stephen Chang would be fun. But Robert Johnson is just he's very, very unique. But yeah, how do I feel being back in the business? It's just there's nothing like it, because like every day is just full of a new surprise. Like every week is a new surprise.
Yeah, and that's a beauty of it too. I mean, you never know what's going to happen one day to the next.
That's so true, right, man?
Yeah, I mean, look, as far as I'm concerned, it gives you some sort of it's a bright spot in the grind of normal life. Whether the 9 to 5 grind or whatever it is, it's important to have.
Yeah, but I look at this for me. I look at it as this is my normal life, but it's exciting and it's different, and you really get when everybody's on the set, everybody's there 100% giving their 110% best. You don't deal with anybody with egos. You don't deal with anybody with attitudes. You don't deal with anybody that's walking around within the. Everybody's just there to have fun, make the magic happen. get the scenes together. Everybody's rooting for each other and having as much fun as possible. And that's what it's about.
Yeah,
It's just everybody's putting their whole heart into what they're doing when they're on the set. And that kind of stuff, that kind of energy and people are what keep all of us going.
I agree, Vin. I've been on a few sets myself, and thankfully, it's always been around people that are like that are genuine. And there's been some big names.
Yeah, yeah.
I've been around some bigger names, and
I'm sure that's
and
really cool. I'd love to actually find out a little bit more about what you've been doing lately too. So one time at some point, yeah, come by, maybe go for go for a meatball hero together out there, seeing Philly.
yes, or cheesesteak.
That's exactly right.
And I'll tell you more
I'll
about
listen. I'll
myself.
buy. All right, I'll buy.
And then in that case, if you're buying, I'm going to take two.
I love
With
you,
fried
Vinny.
onions. I'm going to add the fried onions
Vinny from South Philly. What are you doing over there?
too.
You're great, man.
Vin,
Yeah,
listen,
you're
man, I gotta
awesome.
say,
What else?
it's been a pleasure. You're a fun guy. I wish more people had
Please,
that
I'm a
positive,
fungus
beautiful
among
energy that
us.
you have.
What's that?
I said, I wish more people had that positive, beautiful energy that you have.
Oh, please, man, it's ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This is an
So
honor, a pleasure to be on the show
all you
today.
miserable people out there, contact Vinny Moyo and he'll get you
Just
straight. But
right,
let's
just give me a holler if you're miserable.
right,
I'm here. We're here, and if you
right,
can't get me, it'll go directly to Maniti,
that's it.
directly to Vince.
And he sells these capsules you could take, and if you take two a day, you're going to turn out to be just like Vin right there.
Right, right. Well, you got to take a capsule with a V and an M. You got to take them
That's
both
right.
together, but you got to have something in your stomach.
Right,
You
because
have
if
a
you
little
do two
water
V's, you
first.
turn into a werewolf or something crazy happens to you.
You grow a tail. You grow a tail,
Grow a
Vinny.
tail, right? You get the hair comes out of your chest. All right,
By
listen,
the
I'm having
way,
too much.
folks, this is actually the teaser trailer for the movie. This is the teaser right
I
here.
think we have a
This
movie in
is
the
the
making
teaser.
here.
Right. This
Well,
is the
listen,
trailer.
Vin,
This is part of the trailer.
how can people find you? I know you're on Facebook. Obviously, that's how we know each other too. But how can people find you?
Well, I sort of leave it at that. I mean, I don't have a website yet. I kind of lay low a little bit, but I mean, I don't have a website. I might not ever need one. Yeah, on Facebook, look me up. I mean, I fool around a little bit with Instagram, but not much. Mostly, I use the Facebook because it's easy.
Yeah.
You got any suggestions? I mean, I don't know.
Well, I
Otherwise,
think
my phone
you're on.
number on IMDb Pro.
Well, I was just going to say you're on IMDb, right? Yeah.
Yeah, DB and DB whatever Pro or whatever. Yeah, that you can grab me there. But yeah. Now,
Or
listen, what do
if
you got on the horizon too? Like, who's your next guest? You got
well,
anyone planned for that?
another way they can reach you if they open the window, yell real loud. That's another way to find you, right?
I can hear that. Would that be the can and the string move? That's the can and the string. I don't know if you knew
Well,
that.
Vin,
That came
listen,
I
we're
was
going
in
to wrap it
Brooklyn,
up. I'm going to tell
A lot.
everybody make sure, please subscribe, follow Vin Moyo. He's on Facebook. He's on IMDb. Check
Yeah.
out upcoming movies. Again, you got Black Caesar coming up. You got The Lost Ship, and you have
Magical
Friday
Mystery
13th.
Time, Friday the 13th. Again, MMT, Magical Mystery Time. And Skate to Hell next week in Vegas with Todd and the gang there. And um, I forget the gal's name that's in it too, but she's got a pretty big name. It's gonna every day is a bit of a blast, yeah. So
Right.
who's your next guest, Benny? Who's next on your horizon?
It's
What
always
else is
it's
going
always
on?
a secret. It's always a surprise, even to myself.
Uh-huh. All right, was
But we're
really
gonna.
happy to be here, man. It's nice to see you.
But we're happy to have you, Vin. I appreciate taking the time to join us. And folks,
Thank you.
remember, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Follow Vin, support all his
Right,
work.
do subscribe to Vin Minitti's channel. Get in there and subscribe.
I highly recommend it. Guys, thank you for always supporting us. We love you, Vin. We'll catch up soon.
Thanks so much, Vinny.